Hello everyone. Today talk about the movie Tumbhat. After watching this film, you will know what the true face of greed, fear and deceit is. The entire story is divided into 3 chapters, which will be shown in the first chapter, the 19 team, which will be shown under the banner of Night, Curfew and 47. At the beginning of the story, his lead character Yoni, Soham Shah, tells his son that centuries ago there was a goddess of gold. That goddess had immense treasures of grains and gold. At the time of the creation of the universe, the goddess of gold gave birth to 16 crore gods and goddesses from a womb, but her favorite was her first child named Hastar. As time progressed, Hastar attempted to seduce his own mother, the goddess of the womb, and he succeeded. He then moved towards Anuj, but all the gods and goddesses present there destroyed him and crushed him into numerous dust particles. Now with just one last ritual, his entire life was about to end, but then the goddess of the womb saved him. But behind his salvation, the goddess of the womb also had a condition. From now on, no one will ask you about the book and your name will never be included in the Puranas. But some time ago, the ancestors of the Vinayak people of the Soham Shah womb built a temple to Hastar and began worshipping it. This angered the gods and they poured rage on you. Now to maintain the audience's attention, a line has been spoken here: the Astar's curse is ours. Now why this has been said here, I will tell you further in this story. From here the story shifts to 1913, where we see a lady named Jyoti. Here she comes in a boat in the Tumbhat. This boat is called Sarkor because here only one Pandit is alive who is named Sarkor, and here she comes and gives him sexual pleasure. The reason behind this is that she gives him a gold coin and Sarkor tells her that gold coins are not just found, they have to be earned. Meanwhile, a scene is shot with Jyoti's 2 children, the elder son named Vinayakov and the younger son named Sadoshivarov. Both children were waiting for their mother because she used to plow a sack and Sarkor sack every day. It took her some time to plow this sack, so the 2 children discuss among themselves who will let the old woman go. In the story, there is an old woman whom they all call their Dodi, but for BG, this is not their Dodi. This wood is of Noni Sarkor. Now, let me explain a little thing here. Very few of you know how to make this honey.
It must be that it happens first. Grandchildren, sons and daughters are in her womb. Dodis are now above Dodis. Pardodis are in her womb, and in her womb is wood Dodi. Similarly, the same time loin. It is also present in the maternal body. Vaginal Noni is the granddaughter. Mother is Noni in her womb, Sar Noni in her body, then Noni and wood Noni in her body. Looking at this entire time scenario, we can understand that the old women of wood Noni vagina are more than 200 years old, whose entire body has rotted but life is still present in them. Every morning, Sadashiv asks his mother, "Why did you get gold coins today?" There, her mother angrily tells her that she doesn't meet a woman just like that. The next day, the scene is shot where they learn that Sarkor has died, and in exchange for a second sentence, Jyoti says that they will leave for Pune the next day. If you don't know, then you know I'm from Pune, and now, like the Time Law 19, it's been shown. So at this time, there used to be a big thing, and all this didn't happen in the village's Tumbhat, whereas it did happen in Pune. So both the brothers were very excited about the fact that now we are going to shift from here to Pune. But by mistake, the branch of the tree on which Sadashiv sits breaks, and Sadashiv falls down and gets drowned. When his mother goes to take him to the doctor, Vinayak says, "Why should I go if the old women are hungry?" So her mother tells her to make something for her and feed her, and if she still keeps crying, tell her. "So Dodi, otherwise you'll have to keep laughing." And the same thing happens when she leaves. Shortly after, Dodi starts crying for food. She says, "I'm hungry, give me food." And when Vinayak Rao starts reaching for a box in his house to make some food for her, a coffee spoon falls on her. Now, as if she can't make food, he runs straight after Dodi, listening for her voice, because Dodi was asking, "Why should I eat food?" Now, he's intrigued, so he follows her to her room. There, his daughter tells him that there are treasures in the Sarkor's trunk. Vinayak tries to ask her more, but then his daughter pounces on him. She grabs him and starts choking him, saying, "Today I'll kill you. Today I'll come to your Moscow." Vinayak tries hard to make him remember the name, telling him to hide, or else the python will come. Be quiet or else be afraid. But he can't remember the name. His daughter asks him why he forgot. He forgot, and she pulls him back and takes him to her room to strangle him. But finally there, Vinayak finds that very thing. He shouts loudly, "Dadi, you won't be able to stop laughing." Hearing this, the sister falls asleep. By this time, Vinayak's mother has also reached there. There, Vinayak asks his mother, "What happened to Sadashiv? Why is he alive?" Then his mother says, "He's dead. We have to get out of here now and we are leaving this village." By morning, both of them are sitting on a pony's tether and heading towards Hataro. There, Vinayak tells his mother, "If the government should grow up, then we should grow up. Because we have served them for so long, so we deserve something in return. And if the government can't be robbed, at least the treasure should belong to us." His mother, who's just lost one of her sons, is furious. She says, "Greedy person, why don't you just take these gold coins and keep quiet about it now?" But Vinayak still tells his mother that he shouldn't lose the old woman. If we starve her on the spot, she'll finally tell him where the treasures are. But by this time, his mother has already learned that greed is a bad thing. So she makes her son swear, "You'll never come back here again. I swear to you." And with that, the movie ends. Chapter 1 ends here. The story then continues. 15-16 years later, we see the Time Lord where Vinayak returns to his village where he still yearns for that treasure.
The grandson whom Dodi always talked about, and that's why he reaches his own house first. But upon reaching there, he sees that a huge tree has grown in his heart. But even today, Dodi is alive. 15 years have passed without him seeing anything, but still, his heart is beating. There, Vinayak asks Dodi where she found the treasure, and Dodi tells him that it's a fool, not Mungo. Then Vinayak tells Dodi that if I don't take this treasure, someone else will take it for me. So why don't we divide it among ourselves? Dodi says that I don't want the treasure. My days are over. If you can't play anything for me, then let me go, because I don't want to live anymore. So Vinayak says, okay, dealer, just tell me the path to this treasure, and I'll lead you to freedom. Then his sister tells him that was a story from many centuries ago, when I was the fastest at descending wells. Vinayak learned from this story that treasures are hidden in wells. Finally, after 3 months of hard work, Vinayak found that well and also learned how to descend into it. But even now, he doesn't know how to extract the gold from inside. So he returns and asks his sister, and she tells him what happened. And so, Vinayak Rao fulfills his duty there, burning the gold coins and taking them back. When Vinayak Rao reaches his village, he finds his wife has started a small flour mill, grinding grains like wheat to make ends meet. At this point, Vinayak becomes angry with her, but then tells her, I'll let you cry now, because our hearts are about to change, and a lot of money is about to come into our house. The next day, Vinayak completely fixes the house and starts working as an accountant. This accountant, who had once been in debt to a certain company, said he owed 38 rupees. Vinayak asks how much will this gold coin cost? The accountant, Raghav, tells him that the coin is worth about 100 rupees. Vinayak also pays the 30 rupee principal and gets 60 rupees extra from Sothi. He says he has 3 more like this in his account. You might want to buy. And that's how things go. And Vinayak, you're a bore. You're always bringing some gold coins from there. Sometimes the coins are 8 or 10, but sometimes there are only 2. Every time, the money asks me, where do you get all this from? Is it stolen? Vinayak says, these are my ancestral jewelry. Why don't you get it from anywhere? I borrow it from somewhere else, but it's not stolen. And now, gradually, Vinayak's family is building a nice house, and with it, his income is also increasing. One day, when Raghav is in the market, a police officer named Asodran contacts him and says, if I were working on this business, I would have done that business for you. That PM is meant to be Office Personnel Management, for which Raghav had appealed to Cooper. But Cooper's position only has a month left. From Monday until his transfer, Raghav arrives at Vinayak's house and tells him, why don't you let me become your custodian? This will divide the recipe and I'll also take care of your finances, since you won't be able to afford it. Vinayak says, I'll take care of my own business, you look after yours. Many days pass in this way, and now only 7 days are left for Cooper's transfer. So Raghav thinks, why not stop Vinayak Rao here in Sitaro before he goes to Tumbhat, and I myself go to Jorkar Tumbhat's village to try to steal the treasures from there. So he buys a prostitute from his village for 50 rupees and gives the locker to Vinayak Rao so that she can stay with him for 2 days, and within those 2 days he can steal the treasures. But on the next day, the girl, lured by the 100 rupees, tells Vinayak Rao the truth. Raghav sent me here to keep you here for 2 days. In the coming days, he himself will search for that treasure in Tumbhat. The scene is shot in Tumbhat, where Raghav has already arrived. But the sharp-witted Vinayak Rao has also arrived there. He is watching his every move. But still, he starts telling him his map, his daily routine, everything, when, why, where he is and what he's doing. Raghav sees that just now Vinayak Rao has gone down into the well in a small truck and has come out with some gold coins. This means that the coins were inside the well. And after Vinayak Rao leaves, Raghav also goes down into the same well. There is an internal route inside that well, extending quite far. He plows there, then plows deeper. There he finds a large iron truck with the statue of the goddess of Purnima carved on it and a rope hanging from it. With considerable courage, Raghav descends deep enough to see the womb of the goddess of Purnima, whose walls are red in color. And it immediately feels as if someone is breathing. There are also transparent tissues there, which have now become attached to Raghav's body. Then his eyes fall on a small tank. When he opens it, he finds a dough ball inside. As soon as Astar smells the aroma of the mango, he throws the mango inside and throws it away, along with Astar. He also throws Raghav in the coat. After a while, Vinayaka Rao also arrives there and sees that the same wound that happened to his daughter has happened to Raghav. But Raghav had helped him once when he needed money, so he couldn't leave him in this pain, so he frees him. Now, the same thing applies here that I told you in the starting. Asta's curse is a blessing for us. Let me explain why it is a blessing now. Of course, humans can never become immortal, but Astar had a curse that anyone who came into contact with him, or even if someone took him, would be immortal forever. But along with becoming immortal, there was also the problem that his entire body would rot away. Because that person would know where and how to get gold coins. This is certainly a blessing, but who wants to live such a painful life? And now slowly, time moves forward, and from here the story reaches its third chapter, where we learn about 1907. By this time, Vinodiyakaro has already had 3 children. 2 girls who are twins, and an older son named Pondurang. We see here that Pondurang is paralyzed in one leg, so he can't walk properly. But still he goes down the well with Vinodiyakara and works at a small gold work station to collect gold coins, where he practices every day and records his numbers, including how many coins he picked up today, how many times he crossed the line inside the time limit. Now, as this time limit was for independent soldiers, the government would have posted records of whether the body of that Tmbhat was completely sealed or taken under its control. And when Vinodikaro learns that he's about to enter the internal government, how will he manage there? And how will he finally get those gold coins back? Now, as Vinodikaro is getting quite old, his strength is fading from the constant climbing and descending of ropes. So he decides to take his son there and train him. With the help of his own tools, they both reach the Tmbhat. To reach there, Vinodiyakara tells his son to teach him how to make dough dolls and add stones to them because he chews on the base. This gives him a little time to steal. But that idiot Pondurang had brought a small ball of flour with him, and as soon as he takes it out, Asta starts chasing him. But somehow Vinayakara tries to save his son from there, and Pondurang opens the bag behind him and keeps some gold coins for himself. When he comes upstairs, Vinayak first beats him severely, slaps him, saying, "Why are you stupid? You could have died. Don't you know that when I told you not to take the flour there, why did you take it?" So Pondurang is there, sorry.
Poo, next time, it won't be like this. When Pandurang shows his mother his first coin, the first gold coin of his vagina, upon returning home his mother asks him why you looked all over and how he got it. Pandurang tells his mother that once Bobo and I see all this, Kola will take care of the house. This means that till date, every day only Vinayaka asks how he collects these coins by going down to that well. And now, just as Lolachi and Komukto were linked through generations in this entire family, Vinayak's son Pandurang also goes to the same prostitute's place because of Komukto and says, "Just as my sons come to your place, I too will come to your place when I grow up." And he gives her his first gold coins as a gift. When Vinayaka reaches this man's place, she shows him the gold coins and says, "I also loved Pandurang." Vinayaka Rao goes around the house with this bottle and he comes straight back and beats Pandurang. "You want girls? You will lose more. You will become mature. You will copy me. You have already entered the world through the government. Now I can't even come here and you are greedy for that girl. I have seen worthless people like you somewhere." But even when losing shoes, there is greed in the mind of Pandurang and he says that if we earn more money than sometime, because we give him dolls one by one, why if we give him many dolls in a bag, he will be busy in losing and we will have a lot of time in our pockets to get those gold coins back from here. So there Vinayak Rao thinks, why didn't this idea come to my place? The very next day, to implement this plan, he tells his wife to take a packet of coffee sour flour with her and go to the tambor with his son. Before plunging it into the well, he makes a big circle of flour. As Vinayaka Rao reaches around and inside the drum, he takes out 2 bowls instead of 1 and the hand also doubles instead of 1. When he takes out the Pandurang Buki Sore balls from the other bag, the hand increases by the number of balls. Seeing this, Vinayaka Rao's eyes widen in astonishment. But because of the circle of flour surrounding him, Hastar couldn't enter the circle. Now let me explain this here. Basically, when Hastar tried to take the grains from the mother of goddess Yoni of Putin, the gods of sorrow burnt him to ashes. So the goddess of Putin had this condition that he would never touch the grain. This meant that he couldn't eat the grain that had been created. But if humans gave him the grain, it means that the grain isn't taken away from them, but rather humans are giving it to them. So why would he hesitate to lose her? After 10 lifetimes, seeing so many layers of grief, Pandurang fell unconscious. And now Kofi was crying while Vinayaka Rao and Sopa, his sons Pandurang, were inside the same circle waiting for the number of weapons to dwindle as the hours passed. But finally, there was another large doll lying on their side. This meant that if one doll was present, then a handkerchief was still present. So Vinayaka Rao with his own sacrifice thought nothing of it. And he made small balls of grief from that one large doll and tied them all over his body. His son Pandurang even cries at this and asks, "Popu, why are you doing this?"
But Vinayakarao finds this the most suitable ideal for saving his son's life. Now, he himself plows out of the circle. As soon as he does, several other seeds chase him. But just as the condition of the flower pot was that he would never put the grains in the pot, the moment those remaining seeds touch the hole in the trunk, they all burn away. And finally, how does movement occur? By the time the other seeds plow the remaining seeds, Pandurang, having saved his life, emerges from the entire trunk, from the womb of the goddess of the vagina, and emerges from that well. But when he comes out of the bore, he finds his father Vinayakarao, who has also met the same fate as Dodi.
And Raghav did. There Vinayak hands his son a bundle of gold coins and says, "Take it. You want it. That's what you came all the way here for. Take it from me." But then Panduranga remembers his father's words. "The curse of the earth is a blessing for us, but while we may become immortal because of that blessing, what good is life when our entire body rots away?" And so, he takes the gold coins from the greedy vagina and burns them in the sack, hoping to liberate his father. And with this masterpiece movie ends, leaving us with the moral that greed is a bad thing. So please let me know how you like this video by liking and commenting. If you want to see more quality content like this on this channel, please also nominate your favorite movie in the comments section. And thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next video.